Hi, welcome to another episode of Neil Gets Worse. This is not a suicide note. It's just, I know that a lot of times, sometimes when I start talking about this stuff or the way I talk about this stuff, people have expressed concern in the past, and I want to be absolutely clear. This is not a suicide note. This is the opposite. I'm not gonna commit suicide with this note. Uh, yeah, I struggle with that. I've made there's no mystery behind that. I struggle with terminal ideation chronically. And I know that I know I'm not unique. Unfortunately, I know there's nothing unique about me. Um, a lot of people deal with these issues, and I'm noticing it more and more that we're talking about it more. More people are talking about it, and 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 that's a good thing. I think that's a very good thing, and my instinct ordinarily is I've talked about it, and now everyone's talking. Not now, but I've talked about it. Everyone talks about it. I should shut up about it. But I don't think that's a good. I'm going against that instinct because I feel like because now people are talking about it, it's helping people. And if everyone felt the way that I felt, oh well, everyone's talking about it, I don't need to talk about it anymore. Everyone stops talking about it, and then no one talks about it, and then there's no one talking about it, and then whatever stigma or whatever whatever the thing is, it's back. So, um, uh, so I struggle mightily. uh, had a date, had a plan, and it's never been like, I know I've mentioned this before, not that it's never been, but it's not a sad thing for me. I've done a lot, man. I've really, I mean, if I'm being honest, I've never really had like a real job. And the few times that I've tried to do that, I'm not happy with it, and I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do. I just don't. I can't live like that. I don't. I've always lived on my own terms for the most part. I'm not afraid of working. When you would tour with bands, it's a 24-hour a day job. Or when I ran the venue, it's a 24-hour a day job. It's not. I'm not scared of the work. I'm just. And even now with this stuff, I mean, this is. The joke in this industry is, I've never worked so hard at not having to work. So that it's not that, it's just just the. I mean, whatever. That's a separate thing. The point is, I feel blessed, or whatever that word is, about being able to live the life that I've led. I've seen awesome shit. I've done awesome shit. Um, I did it, And so when I think about it, when I look at the bucket list, the attainable stuff I've done, and the stuff I haven't done is just unobtainable stuff. There's a few things that I notice on that list occasionally that are not unattainable. And so I move forward, which is what I want to talk about here is, I mean, I guess the, you know, if I want to be like, make some corny phrases, the enemy of terminal ideation is hope. You know, hoping that I can get to a place, a better place. Not a better place. That sounds so stupid. I can achieve a better style of life, which, may or may not be attainable. But I enjoy traveling. I enjoy being on the road. I love doing comedy. It's really the only thing that keeps me going. I mean, truly, like, knowing that there's another set tomorrow or tonight is like the number one motivational factor. And I guess the point of this is like a thank you note. There have... Oh man, I'm so bad at this shit. There have been several people that have been extremely kind in making sure that I have something to move forward towards. That it doesn't stop the thoughts. It doesn't change my opinion on the topic either, which is, I think, the thing that I think that's the thing that's like most difficult for some people to swallow, is that my opinion on the topic is still the same. I don't know. I genuinely don't understand why being in control of when and how you leave is wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I said that right. I think you should. I think it's great. I think it's beautiful. This is the one thing that's a fact in everyone's life. And why can't we choose it? I understand when it's like a 17-year-old kid and you're like, oh, he or she had, or they had so much to live for, so much to look forward to. I understand that. You want to feel maybe that person should have hung around. Did they, when you get into your 40s and 50s, and I hear people, I hear about people, pulling their own plugs, so to speak. It's like, I don't know, it's beautiful to me. It's like, yeah, man, they knew it wasn't going to get better. This world isn't set up to get better. That's the biggest lie anyone. That's the biggest lie anyone peddles, is that it gets better. For whom? Who? For who? For whom? It gets better. Yeah, it gets better if, like, you luck into the lottery or you luck into a great job situation, but for most people, when they pull the plug, it's like, yeah, man, like, you could feel bad, but I don't know, man. It's like, They were in pain. They were in pain. They were struggling. So I know I'm never going to see eye to eye with most people on that, but that's really how I feel about it. And there was like a scare in my circle of friends. Someone had disappeared off the radar and left a little note that maybe was I didn't see the notes. I don't know if it was like ambiguous or if it was like factual. And then, but it was in like my neighborhood. And so I got a call from a bunch of people like, hey, can you help this person here? Man, I'm the wrong person to ask. Like, yeah, I'll go pick that person up and drive them around or whatever, but you want to put me in a car with someone else who wants to end their life? We're just going to talk about. I'll be like, well, my plan was this. And they'll be like, well, my plan was this, I don't know. I'm not going to talk anyone out of doing it. I remember when me and Rich were doing Does It Get Better, someone did call me, just like a fan. Was like, hey, reached out on Facebook. Hey, can you talk? I'm contemplating. And I was like, yeah, you can call me, but I'm not talking you out of nothing. I'm like, you want to get talked out of something, do what I do. Call Rich. I don't know if that's, I don't know what we're saying here. But I will say that I had a date and a plan, and I was so happy. Can't wait for the pain to go away. And then slowly, some things started to look up. Like some more of those things on the bucket list looked attainable. So I was like, all right, I'll stick around. And I gave myself a new date. And things got worse. I don't know if I talked about this. I know I talked about this, but I think I didn't post it. I gotta blow my nose. Hang on. I don't remember where I left off here. I know I was talking about the date. So I had a date and some stuff started to seem attainable. Oh, I don't recall if I posted any of this stuff about this, but I flew to Chicago for that tour, and it was like, and then it slowly got postponed, days at a time. It was excruciating. It was excruciating to be a part of that. I mean, it was fun to hang out with like Jesse and those guys, but it was excruciating to be a part of like, so how's it looking today? Are we gonna, no, all right. How's it looking today? No, all right. So eventually that gets called off and I go back home and I don't have work because my work just got postponed because of COVID again. I don't have, whatever. People close to me don't understand, and story here. So I came home, and I really love Oklahoma City. I really love being a part of it. I'm very proud of it. I feel welcomed, but I don't feel like I'm home. I don't know that I'll ever feel like I'm home again, no matter where I am. I'm certainly not happy when I'm on Long Island. I certainly don't feel at home there at all. So maybe feeling at home is done. That's a done feeling. And fortunately, I enjoy the nomadic feeling. So when I wake up in a strange place in Austin, I'm like, all right, it's fine. Here we are. I don't remember what I was saying even here. I just wish I was diagnosed properly as a child. Oh, man. I believe, yeah. So, some people have been very kind and have given me different types of things to feel and to feel hopeful about and to look forward to things. So, there was a date, and then something happened, so I moved the date, and that date looked pretty good. And then something happened to move that date again. And I'll kick the date down the road further as more things become attainable, foreseeable. I don't oh man, it'd be cool to have your name carved into Mount Rushmore. Well, that's not going to happen. So that's not something to be hopeful about. But I can be hopeful about smaller increments. This is crazy. What is going on? I can be optimistic about smaller increments or things and incrementally. Moving forward. So, yeah. So, yes, there's just a thank you. Thank you to everybody who, whether it's Patreon or sharing stories or just checking in on me every day or, all the myriad of things that people do. And, I thank them. But this is a thank you. And, yeah, I'm excited. I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. Got a ton of stuff coming up. Ton of cool stuff. And getting cooler every day. And people reaching, it feels great, man. It feels, it's humbling as fuck, but it feels great. People reaching out all the time. The support network that I am fortunate enough to have is outrageous. I'll tell you what, if everyone had the support network I have, there'd be less suicide for sure. It's really, some people don't know what to say. Some people don't know the right things to say. And I'll tell you what, don't ever say, don't talk like that. We need to talk like this. Because if I don't feel like I can be honest with you, I'm not going to call you anymore in those times. And I need you. Every one of you. You know? Sometimes it's a time zone thing. Sometimes it's a relatable issue thing. But if you end up on a do not call list, it sucks, man. That hurts. So if you have a friend who tells you it's their time, don't say, don't talk like that. Don't do that. Talk like that. Talk like that. Talk like this. Let people know you need help. I need help. You know, I'm not unique. I know I'm not unique. I need help because my parents fucked me up. That's it. My parents, my neighborhood, the kids in my school, they fucked me up. And I know that that's the same for so many of you. And you all deal with it a different way. And you all have different things. And we should talk about it. We should be talking about it. Because the people that didn't adjust as well as you adjusted need to talk about it. So that's what this is about. Saying thank you for allowing me to talk about it. Keep talking about it. I don't care if every podcast in the world is about this. Keep talking about it. You know? Let those struggling know what there is to be hopeful about. You know? And listen, take no for an answer, too. You got this to be thankful for you. I'm like, that sucks, too. Take the L, man. All right, well, I'd appreciate if you didn't do it, but I don't know. I guess that's a tougher conversation for people. I'll leave it at the help. I'll leave it at the talk about it and help. That other conversation is tough to convince people of, but I don't know, man. I'm feeling hopeful. I got some good stuff on the horizon. Some people have been, everyone's been incredible to me. Some people have been next level. Like, I don't even, like, legitimate life-saving. Legitimate. Like, oh, without you, I'm done. For sure. Thank you to those people. Thank you to you people. Not you people. Who are you calling you people? Thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Smash that like button, bro. Yeah. See you on the road. Come see me.
Once again, I'm all